Liverpool Reaction, an American LFC podcast, starts now.
Well, Liverpool lose to PSV 4-1. It's tough sledding right now to be a Liverpool fan and Liverpool club just in general. When you think about the last 3 games, 10 goals given up, 1 goal scored, never had a chance in any of them. There's some serious problems within this team. You know, you can look at the individual performances, you can look at kind of the transition of the team moving from some of the other players, older players that have moved along, and the new players not being bed in properly or just not adjusting as quick as we thought or just not performing. I mean, it's really difficult right now. This past weekend, I was out of town. I was actually in Charleston. And if you're ever in Charleston, definitely go to the bar Proof on King Street for the Liverpool experience there. But, not to kind of relive that game against Nottingham Forest, but I went in there and I was in there with my family, and there was a guy at the bar. His name was Humberto, and I didn't know it at the time, but he said, "We're going, 4-0 loss," is what he said, and I didn't know who he was, so I said, "I think you're at the wrong place." And he shows me a tattoo of the liverbird on his arm, it just kind of goes to show you how Liverpool fans are feeling about this team and the confidence behind it. He was obviously very irritated. He was almost right. I mean, a 3-0 loss. Today was rough, though. Today was awful. The individual performances are incredibly atrocious, and you start to think about what's happening. I mean, in the third and fourth goal for PSV, the third goal, Mo Salah gets skinned at midfield. I mean, it's like he was a statue. I believe it was Dest. Sergio Dest gets right by him. Guy makes a run from the outside, the other side, cuts inside of Kirkez and slots it home. Fourth goal, I mean, it seems like we're trotting back. I get it, we're beaten. I get it, the team is struggling for confidence, but the effort is just on another level. And and what I mean by that is not good enough. Somebody's got to do something about Konate too. I mean, I don't know where his head's at. The second goal, where I mean, the ball just goes right under his leg. Like, I mean, some pretty schoolboy errors here for a professional team and a club that has a history of doing well, that were champions last year. Yes, there were changes. Yes, there's some new faces, but nobody knows what to do. A lot of our shots are getting blocked. It just seems like the counterattack for other teams is the way to go. Just sit and wait, and it's going to happen. And when they give up chances, they're giving up great chances. I mean, no disrespect to PSV. PSV put away their chances. They played well. They have had a good season, offensively speaking. But this is just at Anfield. I mean, Liverpool fans leaving early, and it's hard to find words even. What's happening to this team? Why do they suck right now? Slot is clearly lost. I mean, you can tell he's trying to figure out what's going on, and he can't. And, I think I'll watch every game. It's just what I'll do. I will. And I've wanted to walk away, believe me, from a couple of the results. But I watch this team from minute 1 to minute 90 every game, and I will continue to do that. But it's tough. It's really tough right now. Kind of reminds you when United kind of fell off a cliff and was having these types of results. And it's just scary to think, is that what's happening here? You can't help but question, is Slot the right guy? Can Klopp come back, please? Can we have an identity? Can we figure out what we're doing? There's no plan, there's no thought, there's no execution. Our captain, I mean, I was doing some last minute Thanksgiving food shopping for tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. Um, and I came in just a couple minutes late, and we're down 1-0. I literally turned the TV on when Perisic put the ball away. I didn't see the highlight, but my understanding is BVD had a handball. So from Virgil to Kanate being awful to Mo Salah not doing anything. The only person, maybe two people you can kind of point to and say, hey, they've been bright spots. Definitely one is Sabasli. No doubt about it. He's the only one that you cannot say anything about as far as effort, as far as performance. But I mean, I don't know, maybe Ekitike, because Ekitike looks lively in the box, and then everybody else is just lost. I love McAllister. I've always said he's world class, but man, he is getting cooked. His lack of speed is evident, and I can't help but think that he's just played way too much football. World Cup, Copa America, he's integral part of the Argentina setup. And then all the games he's played with Liverpool, you seem to think that, hey, I mean, his legs have kind of ran out a little bit here. He needs to refresh, and that's not going to happen because he's got the World Cup this summer again. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen. It's been really rough. I don't even know what else to say about this game. I mean, I really want to flush it out of my brain, and I'm sure those who don't support Liverpool and support other teams are loving this. I can imagine. I definitely loved it when United, kind of lost their special dust, magic dust, so to speak. And it seems like Liverpool is about to go through this right now. Now, the advantage that Liverpool may have over that situation is that the players individually are very, very good players. But what mistakes have we made? Konate, I think, is a major mistake. Leone going down in his first game in the Caribou Cup might be bigger than we thought. Getting Mark Gahey and then not getting him at the last minute might be bigger than we thought. And now, we're kind of stuck with Virgil and Konate, and not saying Virgil's playing bad per se, but he's definitely not up to his old form. And but Konate's really taken a deep dive, and the fact that there might be an agreement with Real Madrid or whatever, Real Madrid might be thinking twice about signing him now. I mean, it's been really rough performances. Yeah, so interesting to seeing kind of where we're going to go from here. If you want to take a game off, I think you have every right to. I know that you're probably not going to miss much other than a little heartache. I mean, I could not believe the ease of PSV's going forward, the counterattack. It just, I don't know what to say about it. When we lost games with Klopp, and we lost a fair share of games with Klopp, and but we did win a title. We won a Champions League, but we had an identity. We knew the team was exciting at any point in time. That team could explode for 3-4 goals in a 10, 15, 20-minute period, 30-minute period. Could also give up some goals, but it was exciting. Like the team knew what they needed to do. The Gegenpress uh, was active, was aggressive, and yes, we ran out of steam kind of going down the stretch a lot of the seasons, but the fact that, well, I don't know, maybe we just need to sit back when they have the ball, just get back into a shell. I don't know, but whatever we're doing is not working. I don't even know what we're doing. That's maybe the biggest problem. You know, Salah's going to AFCON here. I don't know, probably 3 weeks or so, something like that. Maybe 4 weeks. And it's interesting to see how we're gonna operate with him being gone because in the past I've said and I've thought in the past, I mean the last, month, 6 weeks, I've been kind of saying that I think he might be the potential issue of the team. And I love Mo Salah. I want to be super clear that this is not me, shitting on a legend, so to speak. Excuse my French. I mean, he's had so many incredible moments. Such a good player, so many incredible goals, club legend, no doubt about it. But at some point, you got to move on. And this is a young man's sport, and he's clearly not who he was, 3 years ago, let alone last year. And um, him being gone will give Slot, if he's still here, and other coach or I guess the coaching staff and the team kind of to experiment without him there. I think realistically, when players don't perform, they should sit. It's just the way it is. Now you can't sit 10 players or 9 players because everybody's playing like crap, and Sabasla and maybe Ekatike are the only ones worth a damn right now. Um, but some tactically, it's really really tough to watch. Tactically, there's no flow. There's no game plan. I know I'm repeating myself. I just don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. Really frustrated with this team. Coach has, kind of a more measured approach to these things. And, we've both been kind of just missing each other. So that's why we've been doing them individually here because we want to continue to put content up there. But what are your thoughts about all this? What? Who's the problem? Where's the problem? At some point, there's a root cause somewhere. I think it might be Mo Salah being the root cause that causes everything to kind of break down. Kanate now might, hey, he's putting his hand up. He's like, hey, that might be the root problem here, the root cause of these problems. And I'm glad this was today and not tomorrow during Thanksgiving because I'm very invested in these for the 2 hours, and half hour later, I'm kind of back to normal. Okay, it's a game. It's not that serious long term, but it's really tough to watch when the squad is not performing well. And Liverpool doesn't make rash decisions. They make very calculated decisions. But at what point are they going to say enough's enough here? I don't know. I don't know. But can it get worse? I don't know. I don't know that it can. I don't know that it can. At least some of the games we lost earlier, were kind of games that the other teams were scoring late. They were competitive games. And to be fair, we won a lot of our first, 5, 6 games in similar fashion, winning them late. But these last 3 have been, I think you could say the Brentford game as well, although there was Villa and Madrid in between. But those were rough outings. And it's, I don't know. Now, at some point, something's got to be done. I'm not a fan necessarily that kind of jumps off ship and and just kind of flies off the handle, off bad results, bad form. Yeah, it happens, but this just feels different. Feels a lot different. Again, 10 goals you let up in 3 games, 2 at home, 7 goals at home. City game was a little fortunate for City. They should have won the game, but you know, Jeremy Lionel Messi Doku, play the best game of his life, and they deserve to win that. But geez, man. Nottingham Forest just sits back, counters, boom, 3-0, loss. We're getting in each other's way. There's no great spacing. It's very narrow. It's not. I know it's not because of a lack of effort. I know the team, is trying to play well. I mean, they're putting everything they have into it. It's just not working right now. But I'm hoping that this is kind of rock bottom with this team. I don't know how it can get any worse, really, this last 3 runs of games. But let's hope that they bust out of this. And this weekend against West Ham, they can get a result. But the performances too need to be a lot better, and that's a scary part. Anyway, regardless, I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. We have a lot to be grateful for. I know I do, and even our club, Liverpool, regardless of the ups and downs, there's a certain magic that is part of Liverpool, and just because right now it's not happening, it doesn't mean that it's not there. Enjoy the turkey, eat entirely too much, watch American football tomorrow, get your mind off this, maybe a glass of bourbon or two. And we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. We really appreciate you and love to hear your thoughts because I'm currently out of them. I don't know what to say, what to think, and would love to hear somebody's thoughts on what's going on here. You can find us on these streams on Facebook, YouTube, and we'd be happy to kind of have a conversation around this. And if you ever want to be part of the show, you're a Liverpool fan and want to be part of this show, please feel free to reach out to us. We would love to have some other fans on and do some sort of different type of segments, get some different ideas about what's happening, whether it's good, bad, ugly, whatever the case may be. All right. Take care, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving again, and we'll see you next.
Coach and I want to take a second to thank everybody for watching on YouTube or whether you're listening via podcast. Please subscribe or follow the show wherever you consume your content. We are looking forward to continuing to bring you the best Liverpool content out there. We'll see you next time.